Good morning to you. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're going to have a great training day today. You know something? Dogs love water. They just do. That is until you try to give them a bath. I have noticed that. But man, all of my dogs love the water. They love wading into creeks. They love swimming. They just love the water. You've seen videos of Captain around a pool with the water, with a hose in it, trying to fill the pool up. They just love water. But some dogs actually paw their water. They actually put their paw right in their water bowl. And for a lot of owners, it's just a big time nuisance more than anything else. And some are just curious by it. But for others, when the water bowl gets tipped over and water goes everywhere, or they slosh water all through the house because their paws are wet, the owners go, gosh, why does my dog stick its paw in the very bowl in which I just put clean water in there for it to be able to drink? So, well, there's a couple reasons why. But first of all, what I want to do is I want to show you a video of a puppy doing this. This is coming from one of our fantastic viewers, a longtime friend and client of Taming the Wild. And she has a new puppy. And her puppy just started this behavior about 5 days ago. So let me just kind of show you the video real quick. All right, let it kind of buffer here real quick. And here we go. So here's a little puppy running right on over there. And there's the water bowl. And plop, there goes the paw. Soaking wet, now walk away. So we'll just show it one more time. Here we go. It's a real quick video. Puppy goes over, gets a little sip, or you think a sip, not for sure. Kind of hard to tell with those long, hairy, floppy ears. And then the dog goes away. So why do dogs do this? That's the first thing. Anytime I want you to think about modifying the behavior, changing the behavior, or just simply stopping the darn thing because it drives you up the wall, I want you to stop for a moment and think, why would a dog do that? Well, here's the first reason why. There's many reasons why, and there's probably many reasons as to why this puppy is doing it. It kind of gives us a little ground in which to start with, and also allows us to give a little grace when we need to, because it is a puppy. And I find this behavior occurs mostly with puppies, not with older dogs. But one of the reasons it could be is that wolves and dogs will wade into water about right there, just the top of their paws, to cool themselves down. Yeah, it's one of the ways in which dogs do cool themselves. There are sweat glands located in the bottom of the paw pads, and they will step into cold water to help cool themselves down. This is what wolves do quite often, and our dogs do it as well. Anytime we're near any sort of water, there goes Captain. He wants to walk right in, especially on a hot day, and you'll see him. He'll walk in and stand there, look at me and go, Yeah, so there's a cooling, but a lot of cooling happens from conduction, cooling happens from convection, and that's when you get really hot and your blood vessels dilate, allows you to sweat, it allows blood flow, and then there's evaporation, and that's what dogs do a lot of for cooling, is they pant. But nevertheless, they will put their paws in water to cool down. There's another reason why they'll do it, and this is called face pawing. Face pawing. Dogs love to use their paws. Wolves use their paws. I've done a video on this. These aren't just legs. No, they are appendages that they have multi-purpose tool. They can grab game. They can test the ice to see if it can bear their weight before they step on it. Put your dog on a cot for the very first time, maybe your training place, and you'll notice that they attentively test that. Like, is that a trap door? What's going to happen when I put all my weight on that? So they use their paws for so many things, but they also use it to communicate. They use it to let the other animal know either A, I'm trying to solicit play, or this is known sometimes, depending upon who the other animal is, as an active submissive behavior. Hey, it's good, man. It's good, right? It's all good. It's all good. Kind of like testing a live wire going, you're all right with me, right? If I touch you, you're not going to erupt on me. Yeah, it's called face pawing. And so many puppies want a face paw. And I know that this particular puppy from the owner told me that she had just recently worked on shake, where they put their paw up. Shake, shake. So many owners train that. I don't train that, just so you know. I do not ever train any of my dogs to shake, only because it becomes OCD. I kid you not. I know a lot of you know what I'm talking about. You teach a dog to shake, and every time they want your attention, they're doing that right there. They're pawing you. They're touching you, hoping that you'll be a vending machine, that you'll either dispense attention or you'll dispense a treat, what have you. They use that paw as a haptic signal to you. This dog could have been pawing at the water because perhaps it saw, like here, another dog. Yeah, there was no other dog in that bowl, but that puppy doesn't know that because there's really only 3 animals that we're pretty certain have self-awareness to the point that they recognize their own reflection. Those animals are dolphins, the ones I used to work with in the military, Asian elephants, and chimpanzees, and then we humans. At about the age of 18 months to 2 years of age, humans can now recognize themselves in the mirror. But your dog? No. When it looks in that glass door, when it looks in a mirror, when it looks in that water bowl and something's looking back at it, it is not them. They have never passed what's called the mirror test, ever. So this could have been a puppy seeing another little puppy looking back at it and doing this behavior right here. So that's another reason. Hey, I'm trying to see if that puppy in that bowl wants to play. Pretty cool, huh? Makes you laugh, doesn't it? All right, and then the last one is dogs are naturally curious. They're very curious animals. They're always looking for anything that will help them with their survival. So they're always looking down in the water, searching down in the water, looking through, especially if the water is clear. What is down there? Have you ever seen dogs go completely submerged to get their ball? Oh man, in Alaska, I actually watched wolves, and I kid you not, they would go completely under and then come up with these big salmon. It was amazing to see. And here's my dogs going, yeah, I like my paws in there, but I don't want any other part of me in there. And yet these other animals just diving in, head first, swimming straight down. I don't even know how deep they had to go. Boom, and they'd come up with salmon and fish in their mouth. So again, anything that I've always told you, animals learn what they need to know, and anything that's directly related to survival, I'm going to be curious about it. And I've also said that young mammals, especially intelligent ones, learn through free exploration, and they learn through mimicry. Well, so many times our dogs will, next to that water bowl, will be a food bowl, or there's been something that they've been eating. Maybe they've been out in the yard for a little bit, they got a little mulch, a little dirt on their face, or what have you. You know, gosh, you take a look at any of our dogs' face, especially Dave, who we call Pigpen. Oh my gosh, he's got stuff on his face every time we go outside. Well, when he goes and takes a drink, some of that sediment, some of that stuff just sinks down to the bottom of that bowl. And what I used to watch him do was then reach in there. It's like, what is that down there? It's kind of like the surprise at the bottom of a cereal box. You just want to dig through there and see if you can come up with it. So many dogs will actually reach into their water bowl to retrieve maybe that piece of mulch, maybe that piece of grass, that dirt, sediment. And guys, if your dog's doing that, I'm going to tell you right now, especially if it's a young dog, that is good news. I know it bugs you. I know I'm going to tell you how to make it go away if you don't like it. But let me tell you this much. Anxiety or curiosity, let me put it this way in a way that I can phrase it. Curiosity is stymied by anxiety. Yeah, know that. An anxious puppy, a fearful puppy, doesn't care what's on the bottom of that bowl. They don't. So anytime I see a young puppy that's just curious about anything, I don't care what it is, even if it's a behavior I don't like, I don't care. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. All right, so those are the main reasons. A lot of times people come up with other reasons. They say, for example, they're trying to move the bowl. And the puppy may have been trying to move the bowl. It was kind of sequestered up against the 2 corners of 2 cabinets. And maybe it wanted it further away so it could get its whole darn body in the bowl. That's a possibility. They want to move the bowl. But either way, I think that the 3 that I told you are the ones that make the most sense. And they're also the ones that are that my colleagues will affirm from a natural standpoint, from biologically prepared learning. So again, young animals, there you go. So how do you make it go away? Well, first of all, can I just tell you this real quick? If you want to make it go away, well, if the dog's trying to move the bowl, get a non-tip bowl. Yeah, when you see these things land on the floor, that's it. They don't move after that. They don't tip over. So if you're worried about a lot of water being spilled, you can even get some with a little rubber base on them right here. You can see the rubber rim. Once you put that thing down on anywhere, it's there. That's where it's going to be. That's where it's going to remain. And they're shallow, very shallow, so they don't have, you don't have to fill these things all the way to the top. So many people are so worried about their dogs running out of water. I've got some videos coming up here in the near future where I'm going to talk about dog nutrition. And that is actually where your dog gets the vast majority of its water, the water that it needs. It gets it from its food, not from drinking from water bowls. But man, I tell you what, if you're like my wife, Kira, every time she fills a water bowl, you could not possibly get one more ounce in there. I'm telling her, like, hey, it's not a jacuzzi. It's not a dog swimming pool. It's a watering hole. And watering holes aren't going to be gushing over to the top. So do yourself a favor. Don't fill the darn thing up all the way. Just fill up a little bit. Just give a little bit down there and see, does your dog drink it all? If it does, next time, give a little more. If it drinks all that, well, then sometimes you need to kind of limit how much water your dogs take in. But that's an old housebreaking issue and all sorts of other issues. We'll cover that later. But non-tip bowls, not filled all the way, at least they're not going to flip it over. They're not going to be able to drag it across the floor and turn the water bowl into a toy. And they're not going to slosh stuff everywhere because you're not going to have that much water in it. Outside of that, you can also put it somewhere where you don't mind a little bit of water spillage. I'm going to tell you, this behavior goes away. Even if it starts anew in an adult dog or starts anew in a puppy, it will go away on its own. If it doesn't, you have far deeper issues that will have to be addressed. And then when you address those, it will go away. This is a curiosity thing. Unless it is dropping food in there, then it's going to go bobbing for apples. You bet. It's going to bob for apples. So maybe just move the food bowl a little bit further away from the water bowl, make sure stuff doesn't get spilled in it. But for me, first of all, I'm going to take delight that I have a puppy doing this. I don't want spillage everywhere. I can fix that. But I'm taking delight that my animal is curious. It wants to know. And I don't think in this, for instance, that this puppy was too hot. I don't think that's the reason why it was doing it. No, you can tell by the look on its face, that little tentative paw. I think it was face pawing. I really do. I think it saw another dog in the bowl and it wanted to touch it. And over a period of time, even though they don't recognize themselves, that dog never plays back. They'll let it go. So there you have it, guys. If you've got this problem, just pay attention in this video. Get yourself a couple of these non-tip bowls. Don't fill it up all the way. And then just take delight that your dog does it, because I promise you it will go away. All right, guys, that's it for today. Tomorrow I'll be coming at you live from Asheville, North Carolina. Yeah, I've told you in previous videos, we got a home being built there. And plus, I also want to open up a Taming the Wild there. So we're going to go out there and do a little bit of business. And hopefully the next video or two I shoot, I'll be in the mountains and give you at least something nice to look at other than me. All right, guys, I'll catch you later. I've got a long drive ahead of me. See you tomorrow.